So just for the video, I'm going to go back to the beginning here. Okay, so lesson 34, we're going to multiply 2-digit multiples of 10 by 2-digit numbers using a place value chart. Okay, so we're working our way towards this guy right here. Okay, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. So yeah. All right. Lots of fluency. All right. Perfect. So, you guys may remember, okay, anytime we multiply something by 10, okay, it gets 10 times bigger, right? You guys understand that? Mm-hmm. Good morning, 4th grade. Okay, so you understand when we multiply something by 10, it gets 10 times bigger. That's true for anything that we multiply, right? So, follow me with your eyes. You don't need to be writing this right now. This is just a, don't look at this yet. Okay, look at me. Follow me with your eyes, okay? So, when we have a number that gets 10 times bigger, okay, it moves one place to the left on the place value chart, okay? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
So, let's say we have 3 ones, okay? So, I'm in the ones place over here. I have 3 ones. 3 times 10 is 30, okay? So it gets 10 times bigger, right? It moves one spot on the place value chart. So that 3 ones, that like those 3 dots, right? If you want to think of it as place value disc, those 3 dots just move to the left one spot, right? To get 3 tens, which is 30. Okay, everybody with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be super important for today, for today's lesson. So, anytime we multiply anything by 10, it moves which way on the place value chart? Left or right? Left. Okay? How many spots? 1. Okay? 1. It's going to be super important that you know that. Okay? So, if we have the problem 40 times 22, okay, you guys don't need to be writing this or anything. You can just look up here. Okay? I want you to kind of ignore this for a second. But let's say we had the problem 40 times 22. Okay? I can split that up, okay, into numbers that are a little bit more easy to multiply, okay? So now taking a look at this, we have 40 times 22 equals 4 times 10, okay? The product of 4 times 10 times 22, right? So it's still saying the same thing. What is 4 times 10? 40, right? So this is still saying 40 times 22, right? Then from there, we can move it around to say 4 times the product of 10 and 22, right? Can you wait like 1 minute? Okay. And then here we can have 10 times 4 times 22, right? So we can move those values around to make it easier to multiply. But all in all, we're still multiplying the same thing, which is 40 times 22, okay? And there are a couple of ways that we can do that. So bottom line, I want to start with the non-multiple of 10 first in the place value chart. Okay, can I wait a minute, Lily? Yeah. So the non-multiple of 10 in this case is 22. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Not feeling very confident in your responses, okay? I need you all to respond, yes or no, okay? Do we all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So 22, that's what I want to start with. Could I start with 40? Yes. But I'll show you why it's a little easier, okay? So I'm going to go with this strategy right here, okay? I'm going to multiply, parentheses mean do this first, right? If we ever see those little lines on the side, it means do this first, okay? So I'm going to multiply 22 times 4, all right? So I'm going to make 4 copies of each thing that is in the place value charts, right? So I had 2 ones. I needed to multiply that by 4, okay? So 2 times 4 ones, what does that get me? Go. Oh, friends. 2, thank you. 2 ones times 4, what does that get me? 8. Okay? So I should have 8 ones. Then I do the same over here in the tens, okay? I need to make 4 copies of that 2 tens that I have, okay? So to reiterate, we just moved around 40 times 22 to be first 4 times 10 times 22, okay? So we broke up that 40 to be 4 times 10. Okay, then we shifted things around and we said, okay, we could do 4 times 10 times 22, right? But I decided to go with 4 times 22 first, and then we're going to multiply it by 10, okay? So I multiplied 22 times 4, okay? So that part is done. Now all that's left is to multiply it by 10. Remember that just before I did this, I said whenever we multiply anything by 10, it moves to the left 1 spot, right? So everything in the tens place is going to move over to the hundreds place. Everything in the ones place is going to move over to the tens place, okay? Because we're multiplying everything by 10, all right? So all I have to do with that is just circle them, draw a little arrow, and say times 10, okay? And then I'll kind of repeat it over here. Okay? So it's no longer in the tens place, it's now in the hundreds place. Okay, does everybody see that?
Yeah.
Because since we multiply by 10, it just moves over 1 place value. So I do the same with the ones. Okay? Times 10. You got to put times 10, because if you just say that it moved over, we have to know why, right? And we didn't bundle anything, because it's only 8. So we didn't bundle and move over. We're just simply scooting it over, okay? All right, and so that's done in the ones place. All right, it gets a little messy, but bottom line, I know that I have 8 hundreds. How many tens do I have?
8.
8, okay? Now, how many ones do I have?
0.
0. So my answer to 40 times 22 is 880, okay? Any questions on what you just saw? Yuvia, you can go. Lily, you're going to go after Yuvia, okay? Abbott. You guys don't know how to do standard algorithm with this yet, so no. But good question. In the future, yes. For today, not so much. Okay? All right. Cool. Any other questions? So I would multiply it by the front number of the multiple of 10 first, right? So we did 22 times 4 and got 88 essentially, right? And then everything shifted over 1 spot. Okay? We good?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. So, let's see. I'm going to do one more, but I'm going to have you guys help me verbally, and then you guys will do one on your board with me. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So you still don't have to write anything. You're just looking up here. Okay? So you don't have to write anything. You're just looking up here. So verbally means speaking. You're going to help me with speaking. Okay? Ready?
Yes.
All right. So what problem are we solving? Go.
50 times 31.
Good. So remember I said to start with the non-multiple of 10 first. So which one is not a multiple of 10? 50 or 31?
31.
31. Good. So show, you're not doing this on your board, but when you're doing this on your own, start by showing 31 on your place value chart first. Okay? Everybody got that?
Yes.
All right. It'll just be easier that way. Okay? Okay, then, let me see. Then we're going to multiply everything by 5, okay? Because if we were to break this apart, right, 50 can also be shown as 5 times 10. Do you agree?
Yes.
One person agrees. Do you guys agree? 50 can also be shown as 5 times 10.
Yes.
Okay, good. Times 31, okay? And then remember I said it's easiest to multiply by 10 last, right? So you're going to want to do that last. So in order to do that last, I have to multiply these two together first, okay? So if I were to rewrite this, I would say, okay, 5 times 31, okay? And then when we're done with that, then we'll multiply by 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Like we did last time.
Yep. And you guys will have to write this on your homework. You'll have to write the equation and stuff. Okay, so I would be awake and paying attention. Okay. So all I did was take 50 times 31 and break it apart a little bit, rearrange some stuff. Okay, just to say that I'm going to multiply 31 times 5 first, and then we'll multiply it by 10. Okay, everybody with me?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you. So, like I said, we're going to multiply everything by 5, okay? So we're going to multiply our 31 times 5. I want you to start in the farthest right column, okay? The farthest right place value. So what place value is that? Ones, okay? So start by multiplying the ones first, okay? So we have to make 5 copies of 1, 1, right? What's 5 times 1, 1? 5. Good. Okay. So I have 5 there. What's 5 times 3 tens?
15.
15 what?
10.
Tens. There you go. Good. So there's 1 copy, 2 copies, 3 copies, 4 copies, and how many copies am I supposed to make?
5.
Okay. All right. Good so far?
Yeah.
Okay. We still need to multiply by 10, but this part is done. Okay? So that gave me, let's see. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I'm just thinking ahead. I'm thinking too far ahead. Okay, so we have 5 ones, and like you guys said, we have 15 tens, right? Can we technically have 2 digits in a place value?
No.
No, okay? But what you guys can do is, it's up to you whether you want to bundle first and then multiply by 10, or just multiply by 10 and then bundle, okay? I personally want to multiply by 10 first, so I'm just going to move everything over first, and then we'll bundle and move things around, okay? So in order to do that, so now I'm going to multiply everything by 10, okay? Because that's the last step here, okay? So remember, I circle it, move it over, I say times 10, and I make my copy of it over here, right? Oops, sorry. I'm going as fast as I can, sorry. All right, so it's no longer in the tens place. Then this guy has to move over. Okay, times 10 to the ones place, or the tens place, sorry. Okay, so it's done. So now that has left me with how many in the hundreds place?
150.
Just how many hundreds do I have, friends?
15.
15. Good. How many tens do I have?
5.
5. And how many ones do I have? 0. Again, can I have 2 digits in a place value?
No.
No. Okay, I'd be looking up here, friends, if I were you. Okay? This is important. So I technically need to make another spot for what comes after hundreds? Thousands. Okay? So I've got to move 10 of them over, right, to make 1,000, right? Because I can't have 15 in one place value. So I've got to bundle 10 of them and move them over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Circle it. And they move over to the thousands. I know this is really hard to see, but they didn't give me much to work with here. Okay. So that leaves me with how many thousands?
1.
Guys, how many did I move over? 10, and they shrink into 1, right?
Yes.
So how many thousands do I have? 1. How many hundreds? 5. Good. And then 5 tens, 0 ones. So my answer to 50 times 31 is 1,550.
50.
Okay? All right. Other question? Yes, ma'am. Yep. Always show your work. Always, always. Okay. I want you to show it. Just in case. Okay? All right, any questions?
No.
Are you ready to try one with me?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, cool. We're at the process. All right. Well, this is good because then I can show you how to do it on the homework. Okay. So let's do. Okay. We're gonna do. We're gonna do A together. Okay. So 30 times 24. But can you turn to the place value chart side of your whiteboard?
Yeah.
Let's do it on there. Okay, place value chart side of your whiteboard. Just go ahead and label 1s, 10s, 100s. You shouldn't need higher than that, okay? So 1s, 10s, 100s. And then maybe somewhere on your whiteboard, go ahead and write the problem that we're solving. So we're solving 30 times 24. All right. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay. 20 more seconds. You gotta get some water. Parched. If any of you become teachers, be prepared to talk all day. 'Cause it's always have water. There, I'll write it bigger, sorry. I'm trying to see 30 times 24. Alright, and before we even get to the place value chart stuff, I really want you to be paying attention to the part where we split up the equation, okay? We good?
Yeah.
Alright, so, I don't know if you guys know this, I think you do, but the word for what we're solving is called an equation, right? This is an equation right here, okay? It's also called like a number sentence or a multiplication sentence or things like that. But, so if you hear me use that language, that's what I mean, is the thing that we're solving. We're solving 30 times 24, okay? So on your homework, it'll look just like this, where it'll give you the blanks, okay? And you have to fill them in, okay? They look a lot scarier than they are. I promise you they're not scary, okay? So remember, in the lesson, we were doing 30, we were splitting them up ourselves. We were saying, okay, split up the multiple of 10 and that sort of thing, right? So 30, okay, 30 is what times 10? Go.
3 times 10.
3 times 10, right? So I'm just going to fill in that blank, okay? It had blank times 10 times 24. So that blank is just 3 times 10, okay? Everybody get that?
Yeah.
Then from there, it stayed the same where it said 10 times 24 now, okay? And then the blank, there's still the same blank. So what should go in that blank? 3, yeah, because 3 still needs a place in there, right? So then from there, you can write your final answer once you get it in that final blank. But basically, it just wants you to split it up and fill in the blanks, okay? If it's too confusing, don't worry about it. I'm more focused on this part, of course, okay? This is more the part I want you to get, but I do want you to try that on the homework, okay? All right. So remember I said to start with which number are we going to put in the place value chart first? Ready?
24.
Go.
24.
24, good. 24, so everybody put 24 in your place value chart. Okay, we good so far?
Yeah.
Now, check it out. One thing that they're showing us in this equation right here, remember parentheses mean do this first, right? If you see those little guys, right? It says do this first, okay? So actually in this equation that it set up for us, it said to do 10 times 24 first. We can technically do that. I told you guys to multiply it by 3 first, but you really can do either, okay? So that'll be up to you when you get to the homework, okay? Question, Lily?
Why on the top does it say 3 times 10 times 24, and then on the bottom it says 10 times?
So it's just moving like parentheses around. So really you can do either one. But this is showing that 3 times 10 is 30. So we're just rewriting this same equation, but splitting it apart, you know? So, all right. So anyway, but we're going to keep it the same way, okay? So we're going to multiply times 3 first, okay? So everybody right now, go ahead and multiply your 24 times 3 using the disc, okay? Ready, go.
Wait. You mean 24?
Yeah, it says multiply by 3.
Oh, I thought you said 22.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, multiply your 24 times 3. Okay? So you have 24 in your place value chart. Multiply it by 3. Question, Kendall?
No.
Okay. So first multiply the 1's place by 3. Then multiply the 10's place by 3. You're just making copies of what you have in those place values. So make copies of what you have in the place value chart. Okay? Alright. Class, how many 1's do I start with? 4. So I've got to make 3 copies of that 4 1's. Okay? So there's 1 copy. Here's 2. Here's 3. Okay? Did you get that far?
Yes.
Okay, good. Once you multiply it by 3, then you stop and you move on to the 10's place. Okay? How many 10's do I have?
2.
2. Thank you, Nola. Class, how many 10's do I have?
2.
Yeah. So I'm going to make 3 copies of that. I start with 1 copy, here's 2 copies, and here's 3 copies. Okay? Good so far?
Yes.
All right. Great. So, we multiplied, we just did 3 times 24. Okay? Last step is to multiply by what?
10.
10, yeah. True that. Okay? So, now you guys are going to multiply by 10. Okay? Show me what that looks like on your place value chart. If you have questions, raise your hand. Yes, please. What did I do in the lesson? Remember, and then I came over here and I said, well, something happened. Yeah. I know. If you're starting to make 10 copies of what's on the place value chart, you're going to be doing that for a long time. All right. Let's see. Nola, can you explain to me what you did to multiply this by 10?
I circled 6 10s and I draw an arrow and put 10 times 10.
Okay.
And then you do 6 into hundreds.
Awesome.
And then you cross out this. And then you do the same with the 1's always.
Awesome. Okay, is this ringing a bell, friends?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is what we should have done. All right. So, last but not least, how many hundreds do I have?
600.
Good morning, 4th grade. How many hundreds do I have?
6.
6. Awesome. How many 10s do I have?
Wow.
12. Okay, and that leaves me with 0 1s. Okay. Can I have 2 digits in a place value?
No.
No. All right. So we need to bundle 10 of these little guys and move them over to the hundreds. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's 12 minus 10?
2.
2. Good. So you should have 2 left over in the tens. Okay? That 10 that I bundle comes over to the hundreds and, right, squishes into 1. One more time, Nora?
Select 700.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's 6 plus 1? 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So that changes to 7. Okay? And that 1 goes away. And this is 2. Okay? Alright. It's a lot, I know. Okay? It's a lot, but you guys can handle it. Okay? Any final questions before I turn you loose?
No.
Alright. Okay, cool.